Hello, Bookies. I'm here doing my review for Final Season 2, Episode 14. Now, this episode was a little like chill. It was laid back. Wasn't too much going on. Um, in this episode, they definitely confirmed that that guy is definitely Jamie. I don't know, y'all. Like I keep saying in my reviews, since this he did popped up, I sometimes feel like it's not Jamie. I feel like until we get a confirmation or denial, I feel like until we find out who really is Jamie's kidnappers, then I'll be able to believe that this really is Jamie. But I feel like something about the way he be moving and how he just be so intrigued into who Gabby is and wanting to know her life and going through her desk and taking notes that Sir then wrote her made me feel like you're working for someone. Like, did someone send you here? Because why are you so interested in Gabby's life? Like, I know in this episode they definitely confirmed this is Margaret's son. This is Jamie. But like I keep saying, something just felt off about it. It just feels so off. Like, you won't even tell your mother who kidnapped you. And I'm not saying it's supposed to be easy by any means, but if it's someone in the family who did this to you, I need to motherfucking know. That's why I cannot wait until Margaret finds out who did it, because it could be someone she looks at every day. It could be someone who was worried about Jimmy's disappearance and was keeping him hostage for all those years. Because if this really is Jamie, whoever held him hostage had to be someone he knew. And I said it because he didn't look dirty. He didn't look like he came from somewhere where he looked fucked up. Whoever he was with took care of him. They clothed him. They showered him. He was taken care of. Whoever kidnapped him. I don't know. I just feel like I need more answers, and I feel like the more he doesn't answer them, or the more he acts fidgety around Margaret, it makes me feel like he isn't who he said he is. I want to trust him, I do, but he makes it so hard because he sneaks around. So I can see why Don's spidey senses are always up. Why he feel like he can't trust this kid, because he doesn't feel like it's really Jamie, because he acts so weird. So it's just like I can't necessarily blame Don for acting the way he's acting towards this stranger, because like I keep saying, y'all, I don't really believe that's Jamie. The only way I will ever believe it's really him is if they do something where he's finally able to confirm who kidnapped him or such. Just because he has that toy truck don't mean shit. For all we know, he could have been the one who really took Jamie. You feel me? So I'm gonna just leave it as that. Like I said, this review is not gonna be that long because wasn't a lot of wasn't too much that went on in this episode. I think I'm actually happy that they're actually picking things up with Lacey and the Zeke storyline, because I feel like that went on the back burner because they focused more on Gabby and the whole Sir back and forth and whether or not she was going to go to jail. They kind of put their build up on the back burner, but I absolutely like that they're not making it any easy. You know, like her, catching feelings for Zeke, being in love with him or whatnot, and her not knowing if he feels the same way, because you feeling something for your friend if you start feeling like y'all hangouts or dates and you feel like if someone interrupts them, they're ruining the mood or they ruin the whole night. So she absolutely felt the type of way when this woman he called, she didn't know anything about, and she feel like they've been friends and been way closer than Zeke and Don, and yet Don knows who this woman is, but yet Zeke's never mentioned this woman Sherry to her. So I absolutely like that. I like that, you know, she has every right to feel jealous. So I can't really, tell her she doesn't, because she feels something towards Zeke. So of course she feels like this woman is like a threat. But I definitely feel where Lacey is coming from, because when she was going through what she was going through, Zeke was really the main person that was there for her. He really took care of her, and I feel like he understood her. So I always been interested to see what Zeke and Lacey could be, because I always felt like they were very cute. Like, they look very like childlike relationship. So I really like what they're doing with their storyline, because I definitely feel like they put that on the back burner. So I'm glad they're picking up on it again. Um, the big thing I really want to talk about this episode. Actually, I'm gonna get to that last. Actually, no, I could talk about it all together. Actually, um, when Sir called Gabby from prison or jail, whatever which one he's in, and she had an opportunity to block him out of her life, and she didn't do it. Something in me just felt like, okay, the writers do this every time, right? Gabby, what I did like is that she is going back to therapy. She wants to heal. She wants to know why didn't she do what she do. Why didn't she do what she do? Why didn't she block his cause? Why didn't she had the opportunity to block him out of her life, and yet she didn't do it? She didn't press that button. It's like she looked so heartbroken. Like y'all didn't see the way her face looked. If like the way she was reaching towards number 3 looked like, because the person on the phone said to block the calls from this precinct, hit number 3. The way it looked like when she was moving her finger up to the number 3 to like block his calls, it looked like she was about to pull the cord on someone she loved. That's literally what her face looked like to me. And never in a million years do I ever want to say she feels any ounce of love towards Sir. I really feel like it's that respect, like that's still, it's still that inner student of her who respects Sir because she trusted him. You know, this is someone she confided in. This is someone she trusted. This is someone she told so much of her life and information to, and he held that against her and kidnapped her while she was in a vulnerable state. So to me as a viewer, I'm trying to understand, this is some man who harmed you, kidnapped you, tortured you, hurt your friends, kidnapped your sister. Why aren't you blocking this man out of your life? You want to heal, you want to have freedom, you need to make sure he cannot have any ties to you. So it's like she had the opportunity to block him out of her life, and yet she didn't do it. And she doesn't understand why she didn't do it. Because she went to Ethan to ask him for help, and she said, Sir called me from prison, and I had the opportunity to block him out of my life, and I didn't do it. And I want to know why. Why didn't I do it? And that's when he agreed to, say, yeah, I will consider going back into therapy with you. And she doesn't want to go to someone where she has to talk about everything from the beginning. It makes more sense for her to talk to someone that she's comfortable with, who knows everything about her and Sir's back and forth. So it makes sense for her to just talk about that relationship specifically and then just go from there. Sir gets beat up by a guard in prison. He thought if he get hurt really bad, it would make Gabby show up because he's wounded. Trent goes to the cell block, makes fun of him, and say, did you honestly think you getting beat up would make Gabby show up? You're delusional. I really don't know what's the difference between Sir and Trent, other than Trent is not delusional. But when it comes to competing for the love of Gabby or her attention or who she wants to be with more or who she loves more, they're no different. They're like going tit for tat, trying to name how much they care about her and how much she means to them and blah, 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 blah. When honestly, they both ain't shit. So I always think it's funny when they come face to face because it's like, neither one of y'all aren't shit. And yet y'all sit here and act like y'all just all of that. It's fucking ridiculous, honestly. And then as Sir tells Trent that he's going to get Gabrielle back because they're soulmates, they're meant to be, and their family and whatnot, you see Gabby on her laptop looking up visitation hours to basically go visit this man. And you see Sir basically over her shoulder in her head, basically confessing his love, basically saying that she needs to stop denying their connection and just come see him. Just come see him. I thought that was like the biggest bombshell in this episode because it's like that relationship with Gabby and Sir is so intriguing that it continues to pull you in, and he always continues to pull Gabby in as well, to where it's like, I can't believe this nigga is still in jail. It's like they need to rescue my man. He needs to break out of jail. What is going on with Sir? Like, they really got this nigga in an orange jumpsuit. It's like, what's going on with my man? My man needs to be LA. It's like, free Sir. Free Huge Evans. For real. But the biggest bombshell in this episode was definitely the shit with Gabby and Sir. I can't believe she didn't block that man's phone calls after all the hell he's given her. I'm not blaming her. just like her, I want to know why. Why didn't she do it? Why didn't she block his phone calls? I really want to know. So that's all I gotta say for this episode. Like, comment, subscribe. Catch you on my next video.